Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight, I want to talk about Cardano. Cardano is a project that you either love or you hate. There's really no one in between. So I'm going to give you my full thoughts on Cardano, why I don't own any, and why I think it's going to continue to go higher. And of course, I'm going to talk about Dogecoin at the end since everyone wants to know what's going on with Dogecoin and SNL. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, guys, let's do this. I'm a little bit late today, but I promise you it's worth the wait. Like all my other shows, it's worth the wait. All right. So let's just start out with this. Let's start out with Cardano's tremendous growth. Tremendous growth from really just February. It's quite amazing. Kind of like a lot of altcoins, Cardano really caught the wave recently. So, right now, Cardano is sitting at $1.65 and is going higher, probably $2 in the near future. But you know what? Not too long ago, it wasn't too long ago that Cardano was, barely nothing. Barely nothing. And what I mean by that, well, if you go back, the recent low, back in September 2020, Cardano was at 7 cents or 8 cents. And I remember people kept asking me about Cardano, ADA, what do you think? Why is it not moving? And I've always said, you know what? It has to break 10 cents. 10 cents, and then it'll get real good. And it had problems getting above 10 cents until it finally broke through. And then you look at it, even in December, Cardano was only around 15 cents. So it's gone up 10x since December. Of course, when the new year started, when January hit and things were really, really hot, Cardano did pump up to about 30 cents. Even then, it hovered at 30 cents for quite a long time until February. So you look at the growth from February till now, just within the last 3 months alone, it went from 33 cents, about 33, 35 cents to $1.65. That's like what, 5x? Yeah, 5 to 6x. Tremendous, tremendous growth. But obviously things have slowed down right now, right? You can see that Cardano has been hovering around $1, between $1.40 and let's say $1 for quite some time, since let's say March till now. But recently it did break its high and it formed a new high. So that is looking fantastic. This is why I think it's gonna go higher. But what is driving this? What is driving this? Why has it gone up so much? And why do some people hate it? Because like I started, there's two kinds of people. Ones that love it and ones that hate it. Why is that? Well, Cardano is one of those projects that's been in development for quite some time. And Cardano is led by IOHK, who is led by Charles Hoskinson, who is an ex-co-founder of Ethereum. Very smart guy. He does a lot of YouTube streams, a lot of videos about a whole bunch of stuff, and gives constant progress updates on development. And he's one of the smartest guys. You could just tell, and a very friendly, down-to-earth guy. Unless he's streaming from his Lambo, then it's a different story. But still, but in terms of trust level, there's really no other leader in the crypto space that I guess commands this much trust or loyalty or respect than Charles Hoskinson. Really, I can't really name another leader that is just well respected in the community. This is reason why so many people love Cardano, because they really, 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 really believe that that it's gonna be an ETH killer. It's gonna be basically a killer of all smart contract chains, and that it's gonna lead everyone to the promised land. So recently, Cardano did have a big event. So let's talk about that real quick. Of course, I think most of you guys that are Cardano fans, you thought that this was a tremendous thing. Cardano in Africa. So they pre-announced this, then they announced it during their big conference, though they announced many other things that's coming down the road. But the big thing is Ethiopian schools and how they're go basically from middle school to high school. They're going to enroll 5 million students in this new ID system that's based on the software called Prism, and that's going to live on the Cardano blockchain. So this is a big move because if you think about it, this instantly brings 5 million users to the platform. And you know what they're trying to do, what they're trying to solve, at least according to Charles and IOHK, is, you know, Ethiopia and much of Africa, there's really no good record keeping. And for the most part, most people are unbanked. So it's very, very hard for people in Africa, Ethiopian countries to really have any sort of trackable record. So with this, they're able to actually say, go outside the country, say attend universities, and actually have accurate data about their schooling and about many other things like the ID and so forth. Because right now that seems to be a big problem. And this is one of the things that they're going to solve for many of these students. Of course, this is kind of like a test run, and they could obviously expand this out, not only for students, but for the working people or anyone that's working, or any citizens of Ethiopia. I mean, it could go much more than that. So this was a big deal, although, is it really? Because it seems like this just came and went. I don't hear many people talk about it. Because this is obviously across the nation. For those of us, not across the nation, across the continent, for those of us in the US, right? This is in Africa. So why is it not anywhere like, say, in the US or Europe, or not a third world country? Well, that's the point. That's why Charles wants to target Africa, because he wants to target the unbanked. He wants to bring them basically to our level in terms of education and banking and so forth, right? So this is a big, big announcement, yet it isn't, because for half the people that look at this, they're like, what's the big deal? Like, or, I don't really care, you know? So it's one of those things. Again, you have two sides, just like the project, like people that love it and people that hate it. So this was the big thing. Obviously, there's more to it than that, but I kind of simplified it. So this is the big thing that just came up recently. Now, what are some other big things? Well, this is what most people care about. Most people are looking at, well, what about the completion of Goguen? What about the completion of smart contracts? Because this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Obviously, Cardano is not done right now. It's a work in progress, has been work in progress for the last 4 years. So when is this going to be done? Well, it's estimated it's going to be done somewhere, you know, around August timeframe. And this is a big deal, because once smart contracts and Goguen is done, then you know everything else that's hot right now, such as DEXs and AMMs and bridges and NFT marketplaces and anything else, can now come to Cardano. Because right now, without smart contracts, you really can't do anything. But, you know, I was doing some research, and it looks like projects are already coming or trying to come. They're anticipating this, right? For example, here's one I just found. It just came out a few days ago, Sunday Swap, right? So this will be one of the very first AMMs that's going to be coming to Cardano as soon as Goguen is done. And here's another one where it's another project, will be the very first Ethereum to Cardano liquidity bridge. So once that's up and running, then DEXs like Sunday Swap will be able to bridge Ethereum and ERC20 tokens and ERC 1154 tokens and others, and bring it to Cardano too, right? So there's already a lot of projects in that's kind of waiting and pending for Goguen to complete, right? So this is obviously coming. In addition to what's going on with Africa, Goguen is also being worked on, and smart contracts is being worked on, right? But this is also a reason why a lot of people do not like Cardano, because they feel like this is still not done. It's still a work in progress, even after 4 years. So it's as you can see, like everything, right? Everything is like, everything is like you have people that really love it. People love the fact that Charles has and IOHK and Emergo has spent so much time to create such a scientific approach for development, one that will be the most decentralized smart contracts play ever created. Yet, on the other hand, people are saying, well, why is it taking so long? Why is it not out, right? People want this to be complete. And here's some more that'll add some controversy, I guess. Recently, I decided to look at all these VCs that invested heavily into a lot of the altcoins and Bitcoins that I've talked about before. And I just went down the list. Here's the funny thing about this. I went down the list and I pulled up at least 10 of them. Guess what? Here's one from Pandora. Notice Cardano's not in there. Alameda. Notice Cardano's not in there. Multicoin. Notice Cardano's not in there. A16. Notice Cardano's not in there. It seems like no big investment project is invested in Cardano. Why is that? I picked up that recently because I've been looking at all these. Not a single one is invested in Cardano. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe, like me, they felt like, well, they missed the boat. Or maybe, like some of the naysayers, they feel like Cardano is just not a working product yet. Then they're looking for it to be complete. I don't know. But that's very, very interesting that not one of these VCs have invested in Cardano. But despite the fact that none of these VCs are invested in Cardano, despite the fact that some people do not like this Africa announcement, and despite the fact that a lot of people are waiting for Goguen to be done and smart contracts to be implemented, despite all those things, guess what? Cardano is still at $1.64. It is still at it still commands a 52 billion market cap, right? That in itself is amazing. That's amazing for a project with this much controversy, and you could argue an incomplete project to still command this this much in terms of market cap and this kind of faith and loyalty, right? And something that does help with this too, why it is worth so much, is I found something that's very, very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed, and that is staking. I did not know how much is being staked. So I found this tool or this website, Cardano Pool Tool. I don't know if this is the best. There's a ton of them. But what most people are doing with Cardano, those that are faithful to Cardano, they're staking it. Because they think that it's going to be the future. Charles will lead them to the promised land, and that it will basically destroy Ethereum and Ethereum 2.0 and everything else, right? Look at this. Look at this. There are 2,457 active pools, and total staked, if this is correct, is 37.89 billion. 37.89 billion out of 53 billion. That's approximately 71%. 71%. I can't even comprehend that. I can't comprehend that. I don't know if that's true, but if that is true, out of this 53 million, or billion, I should say, 53 billion, you have 38 billion locked in that is in a pool that's powering the Cardano network right now. This is the reason why. This is the reason why Cardano is going up. Because when you have 72% of the circulating supply that's staked and not being traded and not being sold, you know what? That's enormous. That shows you how faithful Cardano fans are, and how much they believe in Charles and how much they believe in this project. So besides everything I've said, whether or not you like Charles, although most people I think do, but regardless of these VCs, none of them have put their money into it, regardless that Goguen is not done, and regardless that these projects like AMMs and DEXs and swap plays and and synthetic token creations and liquidity pools and NFT marketplaces. Despite that, none of them really exist and is in operation. Cardano is still moving higher and still has tremendous upside. And I think this shows you this shows you how loyal and faithful people are. So it's really quite amazing. It's really quite amazing. I did not know that this was this high. It's really wow. It's really mind-boggling. But anyways, so that's kind of my broad overview, my thoughts about Cardano. Now, many of you guys, have seen me say that I don't own any Cardano, and that is true. That is true. And the reason why I don't is because I felt like I missed the train. I felt like I missed the train, just like some of these other high flyers. But Cardano, you know what? I've been in this space for a long time. I could have picked up Cardano anytime along the way. And sometimes I did, but I felt frustrated. I felt frustrated that it wasn't moving, that, Cardano was never going to be complete. I could have picked it up at 1 cent over here. I could have picked it up at 3 or 4 cents. I could have picked it up at 10 cents, right? I did not. I felt like I missed the boat, right? And now that it's $1 something, $1.60, it's really hard for me to get in. However, my mind might change. I might have to reevaluate, because I don't think $2 is going to be top for Cardano. In fact, I think this is only getting started. The fact that they don't have any of these hyped up projects yet, the ones that are leading, say Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain right now, I'm talking about all the dApps that, that are very hot. Despite all that, it doesn't have any of that. It's still doing this well. Imagine when they do have these kind of things going, right? So yeah, I think $2 is just the beginning. I think it's going to go a lot higher. All right, so that's my thoughts on Cardano. I don't know what you guys think about that. People in the Cardano community is very, very loyal. If you say anything bad, they're going to hammer you on it. I'm trying to present both sides, but I do think based on how many people are staking Cardano, how many people are just holding, and how many people that really believe in Charles, I think Cardano is going to go a lot higher. All right, so that's my thoughts on Cardano. Now, next, let's talk about everyone's favorite coin to hate, and that is Dogecoin. Elon, again, can't help himself. This has been hyped up for more than a week now, 2 weeks now. Elon says he's going to go on SNL with Miley Cyrus, and he's going to be the Doge father. So everyone is wondering what is going to happen, okay? Dogecoin right now, obviously, is pumping again. It's at 70-something cents. It formed a new high, and you could see over here, what's happening. There's a lot of things about, or at least there was a lot of things about Dogecoin, and Dogecoin's right here, Elon. Today I had a conversation with a neighbor. I told him I was involved with crypto, and the very first question he had for me was, do you own any Dogecoin? I mean, seriously, everyone is talking about it, right? So I have to talk about, and one of my Patreon members asked me, hey, can you discuss an exit strategy for Dogecoin? All right, so I've been talking about this for a long time, and there's no right or wrong, and it's anyone guess right now. It's either going to go up or go down or not move at all. That's it. There's only 3 options, right? So let's just refresh right now. Dogecoin is right at 70 cents. It has gone up 100% within the last 7 days, and has gone up a lot more than that in the last few weeks and months. Look at where it is now. It's at $90 freaking billion. $90 freaking billion. By this time tomorrow, it probably will be above Binance Coin. It'll probably be at number 3. It'll probably be somewhere around $100 to $125 billion. This takes enormous. Just like I just got done talking about Cardano, the people that believe in it and hold it, and they're just go ride it, until it's complete. It's gonna go a lot higher. The guys buying Dogecoin are the same thing. They are FOMOing in, not only because of Elon and Mark Cuban and everyone else, right? These guys are really, really acting like Dogecoin is the future. Whether or not they really I don't know if they really thought it out or really understand what they're doing, but they have that mentality like, hey, we're just going to hold on to Dogecoin until it gets to $1 at least. And who knows, after it hits $1, maybe the next mark is $5, right? These guys are just holding and holding and accumulating and holding. And more and more and more and more people are talking about Dogecoin and FOMOing in, and a lot of them don't quite even understand it. But they they hear from everyone else that that Dogecoin is gonna go higher, right? So it's one of those things. It's like, man, the cat's out of the bag. You can't really put it back. There's no way to think that Dogecoin will crash back to, say, 10 cents, below 10 cents or whatever. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I've been saying, whether or not it pumps or dumps or just goes sideways, eventually it's going to find a level and it's going to settle there. And then that will be the new base, and then it will continue higher, right? So here's the strategy. If you believe Dogecoin is going to crash tomorrow, you should start selling now. You don't want to wait until the moment is coming. You don't want to wait until SNL starts. If you want to take profits, since you made so much, you should start selling now all the way up until tomorrow. Just start taking a little bit. And if you want to leave some to ride out, right? Let's say you think, oh, maybe there is a chance that it could go up. Well, then leave a little bit left so that in case the skit goes really well and it blows up, at least you won't miss out entirely. But at least if you've been selling out and it dumps, then you know what? You would have locked in most of your profits, so then you don't really care, right? So that's the safest way to do it. If you honestly believe that there's a bigger chance of it dumping, then you should start taking profits now and just let a little bit ride in case it goes up. But if you're in the corner where you think Dogecoin, maybe it'll have volatility, maybe it's go pumped up more, well, then I would say you let it ride, right? But I still stress that you take some profits out, or at least take out your initial investment, so that if something does go wrong, at least you won't be hurt. So I would still stress that. But really, right now, it's anyone's guess. Is it going to pump more? Is it going to dump? Is it going to go sideways? We don't know. Whatever anyone tells you, we don't know. But I do know that Dogecoin holders, man, they have some very strong hands. Dogecoin has been through a lot. Just yesterday, it dropped down to 50 cents. I mean, it has these wild swings, right? But Dogecoin holders continue to add more and continue to hold. It takes an enormous amount of money and strong hands to get to number 4 at 90 billion. Okay, 90 billion. I just got done talking about how much faith is in Cardano, and Dogecoin is about double of that. Just so let that sink in for a little bit. That's very, very hard to do. All right, so that's it. That's what I want to talk about with Cardano and Dogecoin. All right, now I'll bring it to you guys. Said a lot. Let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see. Jenna asks, "We love you, George. Can we get no, Jenna. You get one for yourself, but no, it's not gonna be at the Vegas party. Although I am planning it. Trust me, I'm going big with this Vegas party. I'm planning it. I'm trying really hard, spending a lot of time on it. There's a lot to plan. It's gonna be fantastic. So you guys wait for it." H-bar just flipped ETH in transaction, and no one mentioned this, right? Hey, here's the thing. If you love H-bar or you love any project and no one is talking about it, so what? You're making money. You're banking those profits. So why be so mad about it, right? That's the thing that always gets to me. And people always do this all the time with me. It's like they get so mad that I don't talk about a project that has been pumping. Why do you care? Why do you care if I talk about it? If you're making money and it's going up to the moon, then great. You should be happy. You're locking the gains. You're banking it. So why do you care if someone else talks about it, right? So yeah, so just enjoy your gains. It's that easy, right? It's that easy. Cartesi, I don't have an opinion on them. Chip it would be nice if Doge support real like Cardano's real coin. It should be standing behind. See, again, you know what? You can't convince everyone to like one project. It just won't happen. Just like politics, just like religion, just like, I don't know, your favorite sports team. You're not gonna convince everyone. You're not gonna convince everyone to like a certain project, right? But if you believe in it and enough people believe in it, then it will continue to go up. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right, what else is there? Oh boy, super chats are going nuts here. I might miss some because they're scrolling through too quick here. Eureka NFT validation, strong team, University of Waterloo. I have to look at them. Right now, I'm pausing on smaller NFT marketplaces or NFT plays. There's just too many, and they're not really standing out from each other. So I would say, hold on. Let the big boys, kind of emerge before getting in. Card Starter is the first insured project accelerate for Cardano. Okay, good. Awesome. I am not. Trust me, I am not. Origin Trail, in supply chain, and they're helping with COVID, or tracking COVID. So it's okay. I still like VeChain better. Shopping, SPI is shopping, right? Yeah, they're too early stage. They have to prove themselves a little more before I get behind them. Do you think Chainlink will 5x end of the year? Yes, I do think so. Curate, too early too. They need to prove themselves. They're trying to be a marketplace for all things. They have to prove themselves. What if Elon buys 1 billion of Doge live? Yeah, it won't happen. What if he's the one that owns 27% of the supply? But yeah, that won't happen. Do you think PundyX has a chance to come back? I think so. They got really, I don't know what happened after the new chain denomination. They got hit hard. I think they're gonna come back. Jesus Christ, man, you guys are going crazy. What do you think about Project 2 Key? What really great for influencers, great tech. Too small at this point. I tend to not look at ultra micro small caps like that. What would it take for VeThor to move? I mean, more adoption, more usage, and more adoption for VeChain. Hathor actually have a real chance. They're about token creation, right? There's a few projects in there. I think a lot of people talk about Hathor, so they could have a good chance, but they're about token creations, and they're on KuCoin, so yeah, they have a chance. SmartKey launching testnet. Yeah, I don't know too much about that project. What's going on with Homie? Why do you think the project has to move? It's just because NFT fatigue. That's why I got done saying earlier. There's too many NFT marketplaces, projects, games. I mean, there's just too many. There's oversaturation. People are getting tired of it. But Homie is one of the leaders. They do have a lot of licensing, which will carry them far. But right now, we gotta let things settle. There's just too much. There's too much. Someone else asked about Ukomi. Algorand will pump, few partnerships. It's promising blockchain. So they definitely could. Do you think Elrond can pass 2K this cycle? I don't know where Elrond is. Elrond also has been kind of stagnant for a while now. Past 2K this cycle, 10x, maybe. Let's just say off chance, but it really depends. Really depends on Bitcoin. Rito asked about Qtum. I haven't followed up on Qtum for quite some time. They're like a hybrid. EVM compatible with Bitcoin's core security. So I don't know if they've gone beyond that. That's always been their thing. They're part of the 2017 projects, smart contracts that's pumping. Almost all of them are. So I don't know if it's a coincidence that they've been going up or there's actually something that's really driving it right now. Thoughts on Zen backed by Google and Binance? I doubt it's backed by Google. It's a Nigerian coin. Yeah, I don't believe that that's the case. And way too small. Looks like they're on a decent amount of exchanges though. Global DeFi platform for credit unions. Binance is involved. NGC, okay. Google Developer Launchpad. No, I take that back. I take that back. You're right. You're right. Google has a Launchpad. I did not know that. So it's a DeFi platform with credit unions for Africa. Okay, so they're kind of like targeting Africa, you know, but they're targeting credit unions. Like unlike banks, or they're targeting credit unions. So something with them. Okay, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I'll say that. That was surprising. That was actually better than I expected. Thoughts on Crown Royal and Canadian Club sending love from Toronto. Crown Royal, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of Crown Royal, to be honest. I haven't tried Canadian Club. Price prediction of ADA. I mean, I just got done talking about. Let's just stick with $2 first. I think it's going to hit $2 in the near future. Where can it hit? I created a video before saying that it could go as high as $20 or $25 before. You know, it really depends on how high Bitcoin goes and where this altcoin season goes. But they could go a lot higher. They could go a lot higher. Jared asked about GMR Finance. 70 million market cap. Where are they? Pancake Swap. I don't like how they're... Gain while you game. So it's a crypto token for gamers. 50% burn at launch. Liquidity lock. Contract renounced. Token economics. So they do a lot of burning, giving back, and taxes, and all this stuff. Here's the thing. This scares me. Okay, this scares me. When they put this much emphasis on the token economics to have a tax, to have a burn, to give back as a dividend, and all this stuff, yeah, that shows that they're trying too hard to make you think that you should hold it. So it should be based on utility, not so much the token economics that's gonna make you rich. So that concerns me a little bit. Knowles had another spike up today, but straight back down. What are your thoughts behind it? Obviously, people are manipulating it, but I've supported Knowles for a long time. The fact that they're above $1 is great. They need to hold above $1. They recently went below, came back up, but they're doing some fantastic things. So I'm hoping that they gain some momentum in the future. ETH gas is bad, but not as okay. Jonathan, thank you. I'm trying to understand crypto stages and wondering if BTC starts to pump up, the alts are supposed to follow that pump. Yes, not simultaneously. If Bitcoin starts pumping in a big way, altcoins could really struggle for a while. That has happened in time again. 2017, even 2019, when Bitcoin was coming up to 14,000, a lot of alts struggled. It just depends on how hard Bitcoin pumps. So that's why I still say be diversified. Don't go all into alts. Hold Bitcoin, 50-25-25 rule, because, yeah, in case Bitcoin pumps up. Wink turned themselves into Oracle play, so I don't know. I don't like anything in the Tron ecosystem, to be honest. Fourth, yeah, Ampleforth. Ampleforth is an algorithmic stablecoin for DeFi, and you know, I don't know. Fourth is just like the governance token. So if you want to make decisions on chain, you would use Fourth. But the problem, the concept of it, I guess, is interesting. It's interesting. Let's just put it that way. Can we open 2Key just to check the tech as an influencer? Wanted your opinion. Didn't I just open it right? Reinventing your links, smart. I have looked at this before. A smart URL that tracks where things are going. Yeah, I have looked at this before. It sounded interesting to me before, but honestly, I just don't think a lot of people care. Not a whole lot of people will use this, but I have seen it before. And it makes me wonder whether or not you really need a blockchain for this, because there are other link tracking things that kind of does the same thing, maybe not as encompassing. No, I have not. I finally found out why everyone's talking about Trios, because Ran is talking about it. I guess that's why. But no, I have not. And just because it pumps doesn't make it a good project. Well, VeChain hit $1 end of the year. $1? 5x? Yeah, that could happen. Less than 5x. 4x? It could happen. Matt Martin again. With 100K, would you buy a position in as many good coins as possible or pick your favorite coins? It doesn't matter if you're 100K, a million, 10K, 50, 25, 25 rule. Follow that. That's what I recommend. 50% in Bitcoin, 25% in big caps. There's a lot of big caps to choose from. You could put Ethereum, Binance Coin, Dogecoin, Cardano, Polkadot, Uniswap, VeChain, Chainlink. You could put that, and 25% in small caps, the smaller ones. So still break it up like that. I like Harmony. I like Harmony. I really do. So I wish they would, that April Fool's joke kind of set them back, but I really hope they gain back their momentum because they're a good project. They're a really good project. Someone says buy Cosmos while it's cheap. I agree. Cosmos, I think, is very undervalued. I mean, despite that they're done, they have their bridge. They haven't moved that much. I think they're actually kind of undervalued. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Steven, thank you. UBX, I have. Not really sure. Not really sure what people see in it. Mirror Protocol. Mirror Protocol is by Terra. Mirror and what's the other one? Ooh, I forgot the other one. Mirror is for creation of synthetics, but you use Terra USD to do so. So I like Terra a lot, and I think Mirror and the other one that I'm forgetting, but I think they're both promising. Looking at Red Fox, they're building a metaverse, but a bit different to the Decentraland. I have and I haven't. I think their location where they are. I think they're somewhere in Asia. That kind of, to me, that kind of will set them back a little bit. But I haven't done a deep dive on them. Helium, I like. BAT, I like. KCS, I like a lot. VGX, I think they're very good. They just need to fix their capacity issues, and then they'll be up and running. Solana, really love. Cake, Pancake Swap, I love. EOS Pump, I don't trust the EOS Pump. I think, again, a lot of 2017 projects are being pumped up, and EOS is one of them. They were a big dog. They were on big caps back in 2017. They are again, but I don't know if I trust them completely. Graph, I like. Ren, kind of neutral. Cody, I like. XRP, I said don't. XRP and Doge, I've been saying for a while, it's irresponsible not to hold some because of their tendencies to pump. They do have a tendency to pump, and Doge is proving that right now. XRP, not so much, but their turn could be coming. Chili's, I like. CRO will hit $1. I think CRO is right where they are, but they have promising stuff, so they could definitely go higher. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Cardano, main topic today, it's doing very well. I think it's going to go higher. And despite the fact, Goguen's not done, smart contracts not done, VCs haven't invested in Cardano, right? And despite the fact it doesn't have the hottest dApps like DEXs or AMMs or NFT marketplaces or yield farming, people love Charles Hoskinson, and people love Cardano, and the pools the number of staked tokens, the percentage of staked Cardano in the pools says a lot. So I do think you will see Cardano go much higher. $2 will only be the beginning, and it's going to go a lot higher than that. And as for Doge, we'll just have to see. Is it go pump? Is it go dump? We'll have to see. But be smart about it. Take some profits just in case. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and tune in tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, take care.